Today is January 1st, 2021. It's day 3 of us having a foot of snow, and so we thought we'd make something fun for our chickens who've been a little cooped up during the snowstorm we had. So we made this pathway for the chickens all through the property, little snaking paths for them to go through so that they can stretch their legs and get out. And look at that! Little Dua finally came out today. The past 2 days she hasn't come out of the chicken run at all. It was a big nope from her with how much snow we had. So this is their little pathway into their shelter. It comes through here and goes back under this table where they can get out of, where they can go into shelter. And then around this pine tree. Let's see where Mary's going. Hey, Miss Mary, what do you think of this path? And there it goes back to the main highway for the chickens. I think they are enjoying themselves a lot more today. It's such a beautiful day. Let's see where Miss Odette's going. We did sprinkle some chicken scratch and chicken food pellets along these paths just to encourage some pecking behavior since they've been cooped up for so much. Hey ladies! Man, 3 days in and we still have snow, but it is such a beautiful day. We're not expecting any more accumulation today, so some of this has already started to melt. The high today is like 35, 37, so we'll see how much of it melts, but I just couldn't forgive myself for leaving the girls cooped up for so much time. They just are not happy when they're cooped up. So we went ahead and made a little path for them so they could explore and get a little bit of exercise today. Here in the front dog area, I did go ahead and uncover my plants to see what kind of damage we have. They are a little less rigid than I would like to see, but overall I'm not seeing as much frost damage as I expected to see. So this is really, really good news. I think as they warm up, they're going to bounce right back. My carrots are perfectly fine and unaffected by the snow. I had them covered with some cardboard. And then this is my front container garden. Butter Crunch lettuce is perfect. Looks like very, very minimal damage. My Swiss chard is a little limp, but we'll see. We'll just kind of watch it and see how it recovers. My cauliflower are a little droopy, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna bounce right back. The kale, of course, looks really nice. My arugula is a little limp, but overall, like, I am very, very pleased with how these plants are looking. I expected a lot worse with everything. This morning when I woke up, it was 12 degrees outside. And when I first came out here this morning, it was only 19. Right now it is, it says it's in the 30s on my phone. However, in the sun, it feels like it's in the 40s or 50s. It doesn't feel cold at all. I actually had to take off layers because I felt really warm in the sun. My artichokes miraculously survived the really cool weathers down to 12 degrees this morning. And my pansies are also looking really good as well. Those were the two that I was most worried about being the most frost tender. So that's all really, really good news. We'll see how they bounce back since we are going to be getting warmer weather again later this week. Alright, so it is late afternoon, January 1st, and even though it's still pretty cold out here, the snow is starting to melt. The dogs did end up playing out here quite a bit today, and so they wore down a little trail, running circles around this table. And then let's go check on our little chickies. It's only about an hour before sunset, and I'm gonna go ahead and probably put them in the run already, get them settling down. Oh, look, they were in the run, weren't they? Here they come, they heard me. Hi, ladies. So I actually, today we actually did have them out all day. I've been checking on them periodically, but I didn't have the heart to keep them locked up again when it's been such a beautiful day. It has been really nice. In the sunshine, it feels a lot warmer than it is. The high today was only like 38 degrees. However, when you're standing in the sunlight, it feels more like 55. You girls are all following me. Your little path melted down, huh? They definitely prefer walking on the dirt than the snow. I think their little feetsies are getting a little cold. So it's all starting to melt. She's following me. Hey ladies. What are y'all doing, girls? Look at this. You guys are all starting to use your little path now that it's finally melting. Although it looks like they've been using it already. I see little chicken prints going up the path. So it was kind of a bummer that that shade structure collapsed with the snow, but we're trying not to be too hard on ourselves. Obviously, you guys got to see my first initial reaction. I saw it with you guys for the very first time, and so of course I was a little shocked and disappointed, but the most important thing is that everybody is okay. All the little girls are good. Right, girls? For now, what I ended up doing is I just covering this with a tarp just to help waterproof it until we can figure out what our next step is. I do think after the snow melts, probably in spring, we're gonna try to rebuild some kind of structure over here. Not using cloth, we'll probably end up coming in with some sort of galvanized metal roofing like this up over the chicken coop. It's really important to us that we do have some kind of structure over their chicken coop because we do get a lot of extreme weather out here in western Texas. Yeah, we're not used to snow, but we do get heavy high winds and extreme heat, and having an extra shade above the chicken coop helps take a lot of the heat off of the chicken coop, making it more bearable for the girls whenever they have to lay eggs during the heat of summer. So we're definitely going to rebuild something. Once the snow melts, Luis and I will go ahead and unbolt this frame and get rid of this structure. But right now it was just too much to try to dig under all the snow and unbolt it when it's not really doing too much harm sitting there. So looks like the girls are ready to come back. They're already all in here scratching around. They really like this dry area, but they also like having the option to come and go as they please. Go ahead and see. Our water's nice and melted. Go ahead and clear out the dirt. Your feed doesn't have too much hay in it. A little bit of hay here and there. They don't usually have this much hay in their chicken run, so it's not usually an issue. But I put a lot of hay in here because I wanted them to be able to stay dry. And of course, chickens love to scratch around, and they always scratch and scratch and scratch, and they don't really think about where they're scratching to. They end up inevitably getting some hay and their chicken feed. Yummy. Hey girls. I wonder where little Dua is. Dua is not under the coop. I bet you she's in this little dog house over here. I call it a dog house. This little tote. Haven't seen her. Oh, there you are, Dua. Did you find a new hideout? Yeah. Have you been exploring? So little Dua has been staying safely nestled in this little dog house. Definitely out of the elements. Hey, what you doing, Dua? Hi. Dua definitely does not like the cold weather. Dua is more of a summer chicken, apparently. Every single time that we've had cold weather, snow, sleet, anything like that, she always stays in some kind of shelter. So she made her way out of the chicken run finally and has found another shelter with this little makeshift doghouse type shelter that I gave the girls a couple weeks ago. It's all melting. Just hear the dripping. So I came out here to put the girls away. It is starting to get cooler, and I definitely want the girls to be up well before any owls come hunting. So look at that, we're gonna get some more scratch today. Come on, let's go, girls. Get in. Get in. Good girls. Throw one more handful. Get in. Let's go, Sunita. Get in. Good girl. All right, so we have, I believe, 8 girls here. Yes, we're missing Dua. I'm gonna go ahead and close this, and then I'll have to grab Dua. She is gonna want to stay over there, I'm sure. She's found a nice little shelter. Let's see what we got. We have 3 eggs. Go ahead and get out this soiled bedding. I'll come back and grab those. I have this open. This is my trick when I don't get all the chickens into the run at the same time. Instead of leaving that door open or trying to open that door carrying a chicken, that's just a way to get all the chickens to get loose and run out. So what I end up doing is I close the door behind the majority of the chickens, and then I open their nesting box, and when I carry the chicken over, I just put them inside the nesting box, and then they can go into the run. And that way we don't release the chickens. All right, Dua. It is time to come out. Am I gonna have to bribe you? I think I'm gonna have to bribe her. She looks really cozy in there. Now Dua, she's a very smart chicken. And Chicken Scratch will work at luring out the majority of the chickens. Now Dua, you gotta get the good stuff because she knows that I'm grabbing her in order to put her in the chicken run. And Dua does not like being in the chicken run because she gets pushed around a little bit by some of the other chickens. So, mealworms. That is a high enough reward for her most of the time. Let's see if it'll work today. Dua! Come on. Good girl. Here. Those are all yours. Everybody else is put away. You gotta come out to get your mealworms. Dua is our tiniest chicken, and sometimes when she's in with the other girls, they will kind of push her out of the way when it comes to treats and stuff. So she's a little bit more flighty and a little bit more submissive of a chicken, just because she is the smallest and they pick on her a little bit. It's not too bad. They don't pull her feathers out or, you know, create a bunch of scabs on her or anything. They don't really hurt her, but they do make her a little nervous. And most of the year, or up until this winter, she's actually been a really confident chicken. But ever since she went into her molt, she's been in a much more vulnerable mindset. So she's always been one to go out and, you know, jump right into the pile and fight for food. But just the past probably month or two that she's been going through the molting process, she's definitely gotten a lot more skittish around the other chickens and a lot more defensive. But you're part of the flock, so you got to go up with the chickens. And they don't hurt her. They just kind of, I don't know, she's not comfortable around them. So whenever they're free ranging, she usually kind of sticks to her own, gives the other girls a lot of space, and kind of minds her own business. Okay, so I'm going to try to catch her because she is not going to follow me to the chicken run. I already know it. And Dua is really hard to hold because she is in a vulnerable, low of the pecking order spot, which means that she's a lot more defensive. It's actually usually the girls higher up in the pecking order that I have an easier time holding and handling and bonding with, because in general they are more confident chickens. The bottom of the pecking order, which are Ariel and Dua, those are my two hardest to hold chickens, Ariel and Dua, and those are number 8 and 9 in the pecking order. So let me try to lure her out one more time, and then I'm gonna grab her. Come on, Dua. Let's go, Dua. She's right there at the entrance. Come on. And Dua, she is one of my favorite chickens. She's so quirky. She has so much personality. It's really sad that I've seen her confidence drop since she started molting. It's really sad. So I'm hoping once she really feathers back in and once the weather warms up, I'm hoping that she will gain some of that confidence back. All right, she's not out enough. I feel like she's gonna jump back into the coop. There we go. Okay. I got her, but she is feisty. She's probably gonna try to jump out of my arms. All right, she's holding on to my jacket. Oh, nuh-uh, you're kicking. There she goes. Okay. Dua, you made that look really hard. But she's fine. She's good. So she'll go and join the other girls. You see these eggs? No one's sitting on them. All right. I'm going to go out there with the girls. Get some treats. Yeah, she's pretty independent. Look, I got eggs. She's like, those aren't my eggs. So we just got 3 eggs today. Oh, no, you don't. And I'm happy with 3 eggs. A lot of flocks of chickens completely stop laying during the winter. And so we will take what we can get. So now that all 9 chickens are put away, we are good to go. Everybody has food. Everybody has water. All right. We'll see you later. I'm going to come back around sunset and then close them up inside their chicken coop for the night. Tonight's going to be another cold one. We're expecting around 20 degrees tonight, but the rest of the week should warm up, and over the next few days we will get back into some warmer weather, I'm hoping. Well, I'm going to take these eggs inside, but I hope that you guys are enjoying this new year. it has been a really nice first day of the new year, and it sure is a lot better today than it was yesterday. Right, now that the girls are up, let me show you my garden. So it looks like we do have a little bit of frost damage on these broccolis. However, I think that they are going to make it through. It just is unfortunate that we're going to have another frost tonight. So we'll see how they do over the next few nights as it's really cold. I have noticed that this romaine is exploding in growth and is doing really well. Carrots, beautiful carrots. They're doing really well. They're not bothered at all by the cold weather that we've had. And the radishes as well look great. I didn't protect these radishes whatsoever, so that's really encouraging that they've done so well. Now my garden over here is not looking great. Not looking great. So my butter crunch lettuce is actually doing the best out of everything. Doesn't look damaged really at all. My cauliflower, they are all really droopy. I'm hoping that they can recover. I'm really not liking the way that they're looking. My chard as well, I might as well probably pull off this leaf. Yeah, that one's dead. But I'm hoping that those leaves are going to recover. Kale is doing good. My sage is doing good. Onions are fine. The pansy's fine. My arugula is starting to bounce back. I'm just hoping it has enough time because it's been recovering all day and we're going into another freeze tonight. My artichoke, both of them look like they are still alive, but I do see frost damage, especially on the one over here. I don't know if you can see it from here. I'll let y'all get a closer look. But one of those leaves on that artichoke is completely flat on the floor, which is not great. You see that? It's completely flat on the floor and limp. So I'm hoping that it's not too damaged and it hopefully can recover. Now my pansies back there do look pretty good. And I did see that at some point over the past 3 days, those pansies did freeze solid. So I'm glad that they were able to thaw and survive. Just gonna keep you guys updated. I really hope this garden survives. As always, I mean, there's a risk when you plant any garden. In the summer or the spring, you can get hailstorms, windstorms can destroy your garden, or late frost can destroy your summer garden. In the winter, you may have a mild winter where you don't need to protect your plants at all, and then other winters you can maybe squeeze by with some frost covering, and then there's these unpredictable winters like this year. There was no way I was going to predict us getting a foot of snow. That's just so unheard of. So hopefully we'll see. I mean, no risk, no reward. I'm gonna head inside, bring my eggs and get them set out on the counter, and I need to start on some dinner. Well, I hope that you guys are enjoying this new year. I know that I definitely am enjoying the first day of January. It's so much better than the start of my day yesterday. Well, as always, if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and you'll see more videos of us on our homesteading adventure. And until next time, have a happy, happy, happy new year. Thank you so much.